Jim's 8 tries in the end. How much of a statement was that from the club after the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, it was a big statement. We talked about improving our defence. We conceded too many tries in the last couple of games, and particularly last week we were loose. Didn't play very well, so we talked about stepping our defence up, and then in attack playing a little bit more intensely, looking after the ball and taking our opportunities and chances, and we managed to do that today.
It seemed very methodical today, and it's not necessarily meant to be a bad thing, but you know, everybody keeping their temper, not trying to force things, going through the phases. Was that something that you'd gone out with the intent of doing?
Yeah, definitely. I think sometimes you can get a little bit too loose and a little bit desperate, and we're not a desperate team. If you look at the quality of that side in the 23, we've got some real good quality players, and we knew that we're better than them on paper, but it means then just taking it out there, and we proved that today. Our set piece was good, very good scrum, our line out very accurate, precise. Andy Long did very well with his throwing in and his option taking there, and then we looked after the ball, which is important, and sometimes they defend well, do us. They always have done, very physical, come from out to in, put you under a lot of pressure, and sometimes you've just got to tire them, you've got to look after the ball, go through the phases, and then they tire, and that's when the opportunities occur.
Some players coming in after a few weeks out, some players coming in from only 1 week out, but everything seemed to gel today. You know, you look at Jamie Elliott scoring a couple of tries, Noah Cato scoring a couple of tries. So what's the mentality in terms of during the week, in terms of getting all these players fit and ready to play first team rugby?
Well, you've really answered it in the question. It's a question of getting all our players ready to play, and unfortunately the last few weeks we haven't had too many Wanderers matches, so some of the players have been a little bit light on match experience, and I think that showed last week, but it's all helping now, and we're not going to get too carried away with that result. We know it was against a Wasps side who really got nothing to play for. They've made a number of changes, so we've got to take it into context. But we'll do that, but it's a start. All you can do is go out there and get a good win, but it'll be positive for us taking to Gloucester next week. We'll
look at Gloucester, you know, during the week in the midweek sessions, but the fact that win has secured a home semi-final for the club, I mean, it must be a massive boost and a massive fillip for the players.
Yeah, a home semi is so important, and of course we're talking about getting through to a semi last week, but that's hard when you play away from home. A lot easier when you play at home, crowd gets behind you, and it's good for the club as well. It's good that we get an extra game, and I said it before, but we don't want holidays in the season. We've already got our Heineken Cup when we'll have a week off there, so therefore it's fantastic that we're playing in that semi-final, and we're doing our very best to get through to another final.